360 TV proudly presents Messages of Inspirational Stories, broadcasting and live streaming to millions of devices around the world, including Roku, and live streaming to Facebook Live. Also on Amazon Fire TV and to Twitch. Also Android TV and Periscope. Broadcasting to Apple TV and YouTube Live. Proudly brought to you by our host, Donna Guinois, producer and host, Michaela Vidal, host and administrator, and Jim Grant, producer and host. Proudly brought to you by the 6minutewebinar.com.
Well, hello, everybody. It is Thursday, Jim.
Yes, ma'am, it is. We're so glad to be here. Welcome to the show, ladies and gentlemen. The Messages of Inspirational Stories is proudly brought to you by the good guys at the 6minutewebinar.com. I've been wanting to say that all week, and today she let me say it. How are you today?
I am wonderful. We have had quite a week so far.
Ooh, yes, we have. My goodness. We've shared a lot of good information. Today, we're going to share some more great information. And tomorrow, we got a great show already coming at you. So we're just plumb proud to be here.
We are. We're excited. And also want to thank everybody out there who watches us. Mm-hmm. And from wherever you are in the world, we appreciate you so much because you could choose to be anywhere, but you choose to be here with us. And we want to recognize you and thank you from the bottom of our hearts.
Absolutely, because we've expanded our audience, and Roku has grown, and Amazon Fire and Apple TV, all of those have really expanded, and we're just honored because that means the information that we are providing to you is of value. And this week, the home-based business, we've got a little bit of a sweat equity into that, you might say. We've
a skosh, huh?
Yeah, we've seen all the curveballs they can throw at us, and you got hit by a few, and it's
right.
But we're glad to be here, and most importantly, the information we can share with you. Oh, remember yesterday we talked about getting rid of that 4-letter word, free,
right?
And free replacing
it's overused too. It is so overused. Right. No value. It's overused. So, complimentary is actually more warm and touching. So think about that, Jim. If I say, hey, Jim, I'm going to give you a free ebook.
Okay.
Jim, I'm going to give you a complimentary ebook.
Thank you.
Which one of it sounds right? Which one really, truly sounds more warm and fuzzy?
The complimentary, because it makes me feel subconsciously a little more special, because if it's free, that means anybody can have it. Can I have some of that? Sure, it's free. Go ahead,
Right. And that makes a huge difference. So understanding that the words you use and how you use them really, truly matter, folks.
And that word free is 4 letters. So don't, try to get rid of that one if you can. I kind of slip up from time to time, and I'll say free, but really you should train your brain into using the word a complimentary gift.
Well, and to train it right, use it 16 times.
16 times?
It ingrains it into your brain better.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That means it brands it into your brain for my buddies out there, my real men buddies, especially my buddy. His nickname is Einstein.
Right. So, there's all kinds of little tricks to help. There really
Yes.
is.
Yeah. And I learned something a long time ago. I read it in the book Success Through a Positive Mental Attitude by W. Clement Stone and Napoleon Hill.
Yep.
And it got into talking about the self starter. 3 little words: do it now.
Hmm.
And there for a long time in my life, and I'll be honest, I put it in the back shelf, the corner of my mind, and I forgot about it. But whenever something comes to your mind, do it now.
Right.
And you know what that eliminates, Donna, when you have you train your brain to do it now? You know what that eliminates?
What, Jim?
A double 4-letter word: procrastination. That's what I call procrastination, a double 4-letter word. That is the pathway, that's the expressway to failure, is procrastination.
Well,
And that
and
is,
let's expound on that a little bit. When you
okay.
don't do something and you know you should do it, you feel bad.
Oh,
It
yeah.
just, it's just human nature to go, oh, dadgummit, Donna, you didn't do it. You know, you big
Hmm.
dodo bird. Look at you.
Yeah.
You knew you were supposed to do it and you didn't do it. You forgot. Well, you
Hmm.
forgot because you didn't do it right then.
Yep.
And then it's another
Absolutely.
thing off your plate, guys. It's
Hmm.
another thing that you don't have to worry about. It's done. It's gone. You know, just
Hmm.
check and it's gone.
You know, one of the things that I do, and it became an easy habit for me, and I don't know how long I've been doing it. I've done it on and off for a period of time, but I'm starting to get back into the groove, and it really is an easy thing to do. Is when something comes to your mind, do it now, get it done, and then immediately treat yourself to something. I mean, I'm not talking about food. It could be food, but I mean, oh boy, hot dog. Take a little bit of a break and just be joyous and
Right.
jubilant on the inside. That has an amazing effect on the subconscious mind.
Mhm.
It really does.
I write out my list of things that I need to get done, whether it's my, chore day at the house or what have you. And when
Mhm.
I get about third of the way through, I take a little break because
Sure.
usually it's not so many big things. And I'll take a small break and then I get the rest of it done. And when I'm all done, I'm like, gosh, at the end of the day, I'm like, yes, I got that everything on my list done,
Mhm.
whether it's business or whether it's, personal. And I got everything done. And then guess what? I can sit back and say, wow, accomplished.
Mhm. Absolutely. And I used to have a, a stack of paper to do or things to do. I'd stack up on my desk like an inbox or an outbox. This is the old days. But I read, and I started doing this. You take your inbox, and this could be physical or mental, and
Mhm.
you put it aside. Physically, I just opened up my top drawer, slide it in there, had them in priority, what I need to operate on, what I had to complete 1 through 10 or whatever. Pull out number one, shut it, and just work on it. Because there's something about your subconscious mind. If you're picking up on the peripheral vision of a list
Right.
or a stack of stuff, it can wear you down.
Right. You're like, oh my gosh, is it ever going to get done? Look at that
Hmm.
pile of stuff I got to go through.
Hmm. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And you see our marketing partner there, the 6minutewebinar.com. Donna and I, right now, we've got some complimentary gifts for you folks. We
We
got
do.
yeah, we got overcoming the fear of public speaking. That is huge because if you're a marketer out there, there's a lot of ways Mr. X taught us about getting free advertising, and that is one of the ways. We're going to go more into it tomorrow's show, but you can get in touch with civic clubs and ask them if they, like to have you to speak with them, and then ask them what topic. And
Right.
that's a great way to be able to get a testimony
Yes.
from, like if the mayor's there, Politicians love cameras,
Oh my goodness, yes.
especially when they can say whatever they want to say and there's nobody there to ask the question. And, and make sure you migrate to these people. They'll let you know how important they are if you just observe them.
Right.
Politicians love attention. They love public approval.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then after you speak, make sure you migrate to the way to where that politician's got to thank you and be very gracious and say, well, thank you very much. Would you be so kind to let me, record you and say a few words about my presentation today? I'd really appreciate it. I want to
Right.
show it to my wife. I want to show it to my husband. I want to show it to my my friends and say, look what I did. No, but seriously. And that gives you your instant credibility that you're starting to build. If someone says you spoke at the Rotary Club, you spoke at the Lions Club and all that, especially if you say, I give back to my community, I'm involved in my community, they see you speaking at these clubs, it solidifies what you say.
And make sure you film it this way.
Yeah.
My
Landscape.
My phone. Right. Go into landscape. Don't go
portrait.
Right.
Because when you upload it to the YouTube video, that's why you see that real narrow picture there, and there's nothing you can do about it because it was recorded that way. That's why you want to go this way, and it fills up the screen, and it looks a lot more professional. And I'm glad you brought that up because a lot of people, they stand there in front of the camera like this. Now on Facebook, for some reason, last week when I was down at Galveston, I was at the bishop's house. The Bishop's Palace in Galveston. Holy enchiladas. That thing, I mean, the people the men or women or whoever worked on that thing building it, I guess it was mainly men back in those days, but they were not carpenters. These guys were artists.
Right.
Steve was with us and says, I never saw a double arch unsuspended in the middle. And this wood is not 2x4s. We're talking big, huge beams. And all the trimming, my goodness, the detail in trimming is just amazing there. And so I was landscaping it for Facebook Live. And of course, on Facebook Live, it turns sideways. So Facebook Live is a time that you want to hold the portrait. I learned that the hard way. So that's one of those nicety to knows. But anyway, because getting testimonies like that, and Mr. X did a great job in sharing about how to get people to talk and lead them. Just
right.
Say,
don't be afraid to say, hey, what were the 3 things that you liked the best?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Could you elaborate on it? Would you mind if I videoed you for a testimonial? And then don't be afraid to do it 2 or 3 times, because as a rule, most people really get a little tongue-tied and a little bit of the deer in the headlight look, right? The first time around. And then they get a little more comfortable the second time. And if you have to do a third one, don't sweat it, because a third one is usually when they're going to absolutely nail it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. If you got a good rapport with them, do it. And if you're in front of the mayor or something like that, just say, would you be so kind as to mention my name and mention 2 or 3 bullet points that you really liked or got out of my presentation. If he only gives you 1, that's great, because then you can take that snippet of a quote and put the author underneath it, and you can post it anywhere.
Right.
It gives you credibility. That's a nicety to know.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And we all have phones, so it's super easy to do.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. It really is. And, Donna, when it comes to training your brain and especially being a good leader, they go hand in hand, don't they?
They do. They do.
They really
absolutely do. To be a good leader, you have to gosh, you have to, first of all, where at least for me, you have to lead with integrity in your heart.
Yes. Yes.
Right. So if I'm going to associate myself and my good name with somebody, they have to fall in my little circle, bubble, whatever you want to call it, of integrity and heart.
Absolutely. You are 100% correct on that. And in a previous training session I was sharing the story I read one time. This guy always had a habit. And I've got this in my bedroom. If I wake up at 2, 3 in the morning and I've got an idea or something comes to my mind, I like to just put my glasses on, turn the light on, write it down, and go back to sleep. Because how many times have you woke up, oh, wow, yeah, I'm going to remember that in the morning. You get up next morning, you're drinking your coffee, and you're going like, you're suffering
What
from a
was it?
brain. Yeah, you're suffering from a brain cramp. You're going,
Right. You're like, oh, there was something I remember. I woke up and I was going to remember to write down. And gosh darn it, now I don't remember what it is.
exactly. And this one guy, the story I was going to tell, he got into just a religious habit, if you want to call it that. And he just trained his brain to that point. Well, one time, him and a friend, they were on an airplane flight, and he had tilted the chair back and went to sleep, just rest his eyes. And his friend sitting there, and then all of a sudden, the guy who went to sleep, who had trained his brain to write down stuff, he wakes up, he pulls out his little notepad out of his pocket, writes down something, puts the notepad back, puts a pencil in his pocket or pen, and immediately just back to sleep. And his friend thought, well, that's pretty unique. I mean,
Right.
he didn't even look at me or anything. So after they get off the plane, his friend mentioned it to him, says, that's really something. You wake up like that, and you write something down, you go right back to sleep. His friend says, what are you talking about? So what do you mean, what am I talking about? You woke up and you wrote something down and went back to sleep. He said, I didn't write anything down. Excuse me, but you did. So he reached into his pocket, and that's a true story, and he pulled it out and he read what he wrote down. He said, oh my gosh, this is the answer I've been wrestling with for a long, long time, because it was something he was trying to create, and it wouldn't quite come together for him. He knew he could put it together, but he just didn't have all the pieces. And then it happened, and he wrote it down. But if he had not trained his brain to do that, he may have never accomplished that goal.
I have been known, Jim, I will fully admit, at a stoplight when it's safe, to pull out a receipt out of my purse and write something down so I don't forget it.
Yeah, that's right. I remember one time, me and Bob Boileau, he was a retired Navy commander. He lived in Denver, Colorado. Me and him, we did a couple of projects together, and this is when I had my manufacturing business. And we were wrestling with a problem. And I'm driving down the road. I did not have any pen or paper in the vehicle with me. And normally I do, but this day I didn't. And, so I made sure from then on I did. But all of a sudden, the things that we had been wrestling with just started popping in my mind. Pow, pow, pow. I'm like, whoa. And this had never happened to me before. And with my brain, it's a miracle that it even happened one time. But I had to pull over to the side of the road because, it was just too much of going on up there. And I didn't have anything to write down. So I immediately called Bob, and I just listen to him. And I started babbling everything. And he started, oh my gosh, how did you come up with that? That's what we've been looking for. I said, I don't know. It just started coming to me. And that's the one and only time that it ever happened like that. And it was a technical thing that we were wrestling with, a problem. And all of a sudden it just came to me. And I think what happens at a time like that, your conscious mind relaxes.
Right.
To the point that your subconscious mind is kind of like, are you done? Can I communicate with you?
Can I get what's in here out now?
Yeah. And, I guess everybody at one time or another has been, going down the road or doing something, maybe you're doing some housework or something, and all of a sudden,
Mhm.
bing, something pops in
Yep.
your mind. And yeah.
Yep. When sometimes you have to step away from the forest to
Hmm.
see the trees.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
that's when your answer comes to you.
Hmm. Really, really does. And that's really amazing. That's why it's important to train your brain, because if you train your brain, I'm speaking mainly about the subconscious brain, that if an idea comes to you and you do it now, your subconscious mind will say, hey, this person is serious.
Right.
But if you get into procrastination mode, and mañana is a better day to start a project than today, your subconscious mind would just kind of like get relaxed and say, he didn't care or she didn't care.
Right.
That happens. They've proven that.
Hmm.
That's not opinion. That's a scientific fact. And we got
Right.
to talk a little bit about the Shelter to Soldier organization. That's our charity we sponsor. This is where they take dogs from the shelter, rescue them, train them for the soldiers. And if you go to sheltersoldier.org and you donate $100 there, Mr. X, he will donate 30 minutes of his time with you on your marketing program. That's a tremendous value.
Yes, it is. He will give you your what's working. He will give you what isn't working
Hmm.
and some ideas how to maybe enhance what you already have. One of the other things I'd like to say about Shelter to Soldier, folks, is that it is at no cost to the veteran for the training of these dogs.
Hmm. Or
Zero.
for the dog, yeah.
Right, right. And so they go in and rescue these dogs. And a lot of these dogs have been in there a long time, and they're not small dogs, they're large dogs, which is my kind of dog. I like the big dogs.
Hmm.
But they get several of them and they're working with them all the time. And then when a soldier comes in, they put, based on their need, 4, 5, 6 dogs, however many, out with that soldier and see which one that they bond together. It's like a marriage.
Hmm.
Which one works? And then the soldier goes home with that dog. And the most beautiful part about this program, this organization, is that their track record is that there are 0 suicides, folks, from this. When they go home with a dog, not one soldier has taken his life or her
Mm,
life.
yeah. And, I just saw today, where a lady friend of ours, she's in the hospital. She broke her hip. And they sent a picture of her and she's all smiles. And she had someone there visiting with her, lying on her bed. And looked like a little toy poodle. It's a service dog. And they take these dogs, evidently, I got to find out more about them, but they take these dogs into the hospital there. They're service dogs, and you get them registered, and they got the little coat, service dog, whatever. And people will let you know whether or not can we stop in and say hello with like a little dog, and people will say
Right.
yes or no. But dogs have just tremendous healing powers.
Yeah. They
I
do that a
mean,
lot with the children with cancer too, in the cancer wards.
yes, yes,
And
yes.
it's so for a lot of those children, they're so dadgum young that they don't really. There's no way that they're cognizant of the dynamics of what they have to go through, right?
Hmm.
And so, if you've got a toddler and they're wormy, squirmy like they are, they've got to have medicine put in them. They got to have needles put in them, and they get cranky, they get tired, etc. And then here comes this service dog, and
Hmm.
boy, that just lights up the room for those children.
Oh, yeah. I'm so glad you mentioned that, Donna, because, kids and puppies, I mean, they go hand in hand. They
Right?
really do. I mean, and dogs have that special, unique ability, especially as a companion for
Mm.
people, to, they're very intuitive. They look at your face, they can read your face,
Oh gosh, yeah.
they can
They
pick
can
up
read
on,
your energy.
yes, yes, they can. And you're the energy lady there because, you know, in addition to you're the TV producer and host here, you're also the head of the DonnaGuinois.com, she's the high energy lady. So if you need to get plugged up and plugged in, you need to talk to Donna, because that was your calling.
It was. And it was through my own trials, tribulations, and tragedies, if you will, that things happen in life. But that's what's so beautiful, is that, realizing I wasn't the only person who had gone through this. And so my own issues, if you will, some of my own depression when I got sick, raising 3 children on my own. Not that was depressing, but sometimes it gets, sometimes it gets a little frustrating. Let's put it that way.
Challenging.
Oh, very challenging.
Mm-hmm.
But, and then, going through finding out, I have MS, and then I've got to have 3 brain surgeries. And it was like, man, that was an overload. It was a overload. Mm-hmm. And so through the trials and tribulations, and I didn't start out that way. I was just doing it for me to try and, work through this, because it wasn't working for me. Mm-hmm. And that's how high energy performance coaching came about.
Mm-hmm. Donna, I'm going to put you on the spot here.
Not like you ever do.
Oh, yeah. But all the clients that you've had, I know you got a lot of successful clients, and a lot of clients that just, so grateful and you've been referred by other people to you. And could you name one person, or does one person come up to mind, just kind of like when they came to you, and how you were able to help them get find their energy and change their life? I'd like you to do 2 things, Donna, if you would. Number 1, share with us that journey. And then, how did that make you feel?
Oh, absolutely. Well, I'm not going to use her name to protect her for anonymity purposes, but we'll call her Mary.
Okay.
And so I have known Mary, oh my goodness, more years than I can remember. And she came to me one day and said, I'd like to talk to you about what you do. I said, okay. So we met and we talked and decided, that we could work together. Interesting thing about Mary is that for 13 years, Jim, 13, Mary had tried to get through these issues, if you will, in her life. Mm-hmm. And she had done everything. She had gone to coaching. She had gone to churches. She had gone to counselors. You name it. She had done it, and nothing worked. It was still there. It was still there. And she asked me, what is the difference with what you do and what other people do? And I said, well, I can't answer that 100%, Mary, because I don't know exactly what their program was with you. So that would be, wrong of me to try and answer it. But what I can say is that I individualize what I do for each one of the people I work with, because we are not the same. Mm-hmm. So, after 3 months, we pushed through, and she got to the end of her journey, and she said, oh my gosh, I can see it now. She got her energy back in the right place. And by that, it was understanding the parameters of what she could change and what she couldn't change. Right? Because there's some things we can't change. We have to say, okay, that's a rear view mirror, folks. I'm out of here. I can't do anything about that. I can only go forward. And she understood that it was okay to say no, to say that is enough. I can't have you in my life. I can't have you. I can't deal with that much negativity. So when we got done, I was so excited. And how I felt, oh my gosh, I was on cloud absolute 9. I was on cloud 9 because I was able to help her when nobody else had been able to help her. And she said
Ooh.
to me, we had lunch that day, and what she said to me, and it brought tears to my eyes then, and it's going to bring tears to my eyes now. But she said, Donna, you helped me be free at last.
Hmm.
So for
Wow.
that was everything right there.
Oh, yeah. And folks, think about what you can do. You may not be able to be the great, energy coach that Donna is, but that's okay. But what you are in the arena that you're in, you can be the greatest because Donna was the greatest in that particular arena. And you can be the greatest in your particular arena. Not everybody's going to resonate with you, and not everybody's going to resonate with us. And that's okay.
That's perfectly fine.
Yeah. Because this lady, she didn't resonate with the others. There
Right.
was something out of whack there. But she
Right.
resonated with Donna, and it just, well, you know the rest of the story. It just really changed her life and blessed her. And think about how you can feel if you could help someone, even become successful when they're struggling to be able to create sales and put money in their pocket. Oh man, that is really sweet, isn't it?
That's the icing on the cake. And,
Yeah.
I would like to just say, if you're watching this, I get my hand in front of the camera, silly. Look
Hmm.
at your hand. Each one of you, look at your hand. In your hand, it's beautiful and unique to you. And there are no two like it in the world. So your fingerprints, your palm are just yours and yours alone.
Hmm.
Right? Even twins, even identical twins have different fingerprints, different palms.
Oh yeah.
And that's the difference, folks. You are unique and
Hmm.
you have something special inside of you.
Hmm. Yeah, we're all created differently, that's for sure. And too many times we don't embrace change. And I know that Donna wanted to talk about that today because 2022 is going to be a brand new year, unlike anything that we've seen probably in our lifetime, because
Right?
a lot of people are getting fed up with the doom and the gloom, and they're not going to be looking for a New Year's resolution. They're going to be looking for a
New
New Year's revolution.
revolution.
Yeah. They want to live, they want to love, they want to not just survive, they're surviving now. They want to thrive. And if you look at the history of the world, I mean, after every plague, after every disaster, after
Right.
everything that happens, people come alive and they want to thrive, not just survive. You survive during the hard times, the scary times, but when that's over and you say, this is it,
Yeah.
I'm not going to do this anymore. That's when you start thriving. And
Right.
that's when you really start come alive and you love your life, you love others, and you're enjoying the abundance of life. And we like to talk about vibrations from time to time because we're all a vibration.
Right.
We
Right.
really
And
are.
and understanding that as a home-based business
Hmm.
and getting yourself right now
Hmm.
set up for 2022.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, guys, that's huge. Get
Yes.
yourself set up right. Get yourself in with the right people who are
Hmm.
in your integrity space, who are in your
Hmm.
heart space. Get
Hmm.
set up right with your marketing partners,
Hmm. Right.
right? With your
Ex-
marketing partners, because they are going to help you just like you are going to help them.
Yeah.
It's everything is the yin and the yang, and it's a marriage that makes it
Mm.
work.
It really does. And make sure you find the people that you resonate with.
Mhm.
That's extremely important because you got to be in perfect harmony because they're a vibration, you're a vibration.
Right?
And
Resonate and respect.
yes, absolutely. And if anybody, I see people, all the time. This one guy, he's he hawks a lot of stuff. He's successful. I'll give him that as far as making sales. but he's just a person that just really money, 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 money. When he's trying to sell something, he don't talk about the features and the benefits and the true value.
Right.
He talks about the money. And money is the poorest motivator on planet Earth. And a person who's trying to get you excited about money, they're the first person that will drop you like a hot potato when you have a problem. That's why you want to be very, very selective on who you associate your DNA. You got a destiny, that's the D. Your name is the N.
Right.
And the A is who you associate yourself with. Because that's the way others are going to evaluate you.
Right. My dad used to say, sweetheart, if you want to be like the common pigeon, just sit on the curb.
Mm-hmm.
But if you want to soar with the eagles, you got to get up there and fly.
There you go.
Right. So, it's an analogy that, do you want to be an eagle or do you want to be a pigeon?
Absolutely. Yeah, I tell you, it's, Donna's real big about respect and revolution and all those good things because that's who she is. And there's an old saying, and I'm going to share this with you. And I don't remember when I first heard it, but it's kind of like an old proverbial saying where sometimes where you stand depends upon where you have been forced to sit.
Right.
And a lot of people right now are sick and tired of the doom and the gloom.
Mm-hmm.
And all you got to do is just let all that go because it has nothing to do with you.
Right. If you don't let it go, it will hold you back. It will hold you back as sure as trying to push the brick wall of your house.
You are so correct, Donna. And, you got to let things go that you cannot control because we can't control all of the meanness that we see on the internet, on TV, wherever you go. You can always see the meanness, the ugliness of human nature. And the labeling of people, the vomiting of wickedness on society, let's call it what it is. But if you say, I'm not going to play that game.
Right.
I'm better than that. I'm going to love myself. I'm going to love others. And guess what? You've already demoted them into a non-existent world because you don't need to associate with people like that. Kind of like that old country saying, if you lay down with a dog with fleas, what do you get up with?
Go and get up with a bunch of fleas. But, and the other thing is understanding, guys, that when we come into things that happen and you got to look at it really like it's just part of life.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's just part of life. It's not a personal attack on you as a rule. And I use that broadly, but I think y'all know what I'm saying. It's not a personal attack on you. So I have always been, well, I can't say always, but in the last probably 15, 20 years, especially, I honestly think, you know what? Your opinion of me is none of my business.
That's right.
It's none of my business because as long as I'm doing the right thing, I'm not hurting anybody, I'm living in my integrity, I'm living in my respect, I'm living in love. I can look at myself in the mirror in the morning and when I go to bed and brush my teeth at night and I lay my head on my pillow and I go soundly to sleep because I've not harmed anyone.
I like when you were saying that. Yeah, that reminded me of a song back in 1969, and that song was by Joe South. Walk a mile in my shoes before you criticize and accuse. Walk a mile in my shoes. Yeah, Joe South, and that was a great song. It's really a great lesson in that song too. And if someone is giving you their opinion of you and they're putting you down, let it go. Don't let it bother you.
Right. It's just their opinion. It doesn't mean anything at the end of the day.
Yeah, they're entitled to their own.
Right. And the only time it means something is if you let them in your head.
Yeah, yeah. Because, they may be entitled to their own opinion, but they're not entitled to their own facts.
Right?
And I tell people in a humorous kind of way, opinions are sometimes like rear ends. Some are bigger than others, and some people really make a big opinion of themselves.
Right? Right? That is the truth. That is the
Mhm.
truth. Just don't let people rent space from you
Yeah.
that are baggage, that
Yep.
aren't going to help you move forward, especially in a home-based business. It's going to be tough, guys. You know
Mhm.
what? You've got to learn, how to target your audience. You need to learn how to help yourself, how to help others. When you help others, I love what Jim says. When you water others, there is no way that you're not going to be watered in return.
Mm. Yeah, that's true. That's a biblical promise for those of you that believe in the Bible. And but if you're an atheist, I mean, it's still applicable. I mean,
Right?
because it's a law of the universe. If you help others, you're going to be helped yourself. You're going to be blessed. And Zig Ziglar, he went around to how many thousands of
Oh,
people and would
I
tell
love
them,
Zig Ziglar.
"Oh, Ziggy was cool. He had that country."
Augmentino.
Oh yeah, he was a cool guy. I know his son and great people. And but Zig said, you can get anything out of life that you want as long as you help other good people get what they want.
Mhm.
And that shows you a team effort. That shows that you're associated with people for the right reason, the right heart. And it's
Right.
just a win-win-win situation because there's too many people out there, as sad as it is, they're only interested in buttering their own bread at your expense. And
Right.
you don't need those people in your life because
Right.
2022 is coming.
It is. It
Oh,
is. It's going
and
to be fun, guys.
mhm.
It's going to
Yep.
be a party.
Oh yeah, because I never was good with resolutions anyway. I never did, make that many of them anyway. Uh, I don't really recall any resolution that I made for a new year. But this year here, whether you're ready or not, Donna, tell them what's coming.
Resignate, respect, and revolutionize 2022.
Mm. So get on the bus.
Yes. Yes. Absolutely. You know, one of the things and I learned this a long time ago, and it just came to me that I would like to pass on, Jim, if I may,
Okay, sure.
to anybody who's starting out a brand new business and you have somebody in mind that you think would be a good mentor. And we all need mentors. Okay. We
Mhm.
all need someone. We can't get anywhere alone. We are social creatures. But not only ask questions of them, but also watch them when you're in a group and watch them how they treat and talk to other people. If it
Mm.
looks like fluff and it looks like a bunch of, I'm just saying it to, blow low smoke, if you will, then you have your answer.
Because
And that's
phoniness is going to
important.
come through.
It is. It is. And some people are really good at it. So I guess what I'm saying is pick and choose wisely who's in
Yeah.
your corner.
Mhm. Yeah, and you can ask questions and ask them questions, and you'll be able to pick up on the vibe
Hmm.
and be more observant of their body language.
Right.
There's one thing I don't know why politicians don't have this perfected, but if I'm talking and I constantly got rub my nose, now sometimes I got a big nose, and I got to, it itches, and that's a big itch. But if you ever notice politicians when they're lying, of course, yeah, their mouth is moving, but really, a lot of times they'll touch their nose. And
Right.
it's been proven over. If I'm just a country boy like me, if I know that psychiatrists have proven and over many, many tests that people will touch their nose, say something like this, yeah, I was, do something like they're lying.
It's
I
a
don't know.
tip.
It's a
It's a
big
tell.
tip. Yeah.
Yeah. And,
And
the other thing is get somebody who compliments you. And
yes.
especially, folks, if you're going into business with somebody.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Get somebody who compliments you that you're strong in one area and they're strong in another. Jim and I are a perfect example of that.
We are.
Yes, we are.
Okay. What am I strong in? I know what you're strong in. I'm still trying to figure mine out.
Oh my gosh, Jim, what aren't you
I'm just
strong
kidding.
in?
I'm just kidding.
I mean, honestly, Jim and I complement each other really well. Every time we talk on the phone, we'll call up to, hey, I forgot to tell you such and such. We've got this going on or that going on. And then we end up having 15, 20 minutes, sometimes an hour, little mini mastermind on the phone about our business and where we're going. And, I give him ideas and he gives me ideas. And then we go and grow together. And that's how it should be.
Yeah. You're exactly right, Donna, because a mastermind principle is extremely powerful. That's why you want to, get the right source and get with the right people. And I keep taking my glasses off, because my eyes are getting a little better and these glasses are not getting any better. So I'll take them off from time to time. So bear with me. But when you go buy a flashlight, this is, say, a common old school D-cell flashlight, has 2 batteries in it. You turn it on, it's so bright. But then if you put a longer sleeve on it and you put 4 batteries in there, then you turn it on, the light is much brighter.
Intense. Very intense.
Same is true with the mastermind.
Mm-hmm.
The more like minds you get there, the brighter and more clear your message is.
Right. Right. And the other thing is you should have somebody who, when I say compliment each other, I mean that you are good at one thing and they're good at another, because then you can identify that you each have this part of the business that you need to work on. So you're not tripping over each other's toes, if you will.
Exactly right. And also, too, you got to have the kind of rapport and respect that, whenever, Donna give me tips and I give her tips, and these are good feedback for both of us for the overall mission. And none of us, we don't take it personally.
No, there's no ego involved. No ego involved.
Yeah. It's like a guy asked me, he says, what do I have to do to be successful with my podcast? And I knew him pretty well. And I said, well, excuse me. First thing I'd do if I was you is go on eBay, put my ego up for sale, stay there until you get your money's worth. Because this guy had an opinion of himself. Because can you imagine someone wanting to sit there and let me tell you how smart I am, and let me tell you what I did in my life today, and you're going to love this.
And join me again tomorrow for more about me.
For some more slop. Goodness. Right. Yeah, it really is. And because whenever you do speak, and you're able, I encourage you to get involved with your community, give speeches, 10 or 15-minute talks. It's not hard. And if you need us to help you with overcoming the fear of public speaking, let me make sure we got our email address there, Inspiration E360 TV. Donna and I will send it to you. We'll help you any way we can.
Absolutely.
But you can also get that information out to the local media newspaper. You're going to be speaking at,
You're right.
Because that gives you credibility.
Print is huge, guys. And print, whether it's in the newspaper or even an online print, that is still credibility and still huge. So do not discount online media, online magazines, online any kind of newsletters that go out to, hundreds of thousands of subscriptions. Don't discount any of that. That's huge.
Yes. I'm not really on TikTok. I got on there because my granddaughter's on there and she does things with her kids. So I'm a great grandfather. You didn't know I was great, did you, Donna? But I am.
Yes, I did.
It took her to make me great. But TikTok or any platform like that, because, find a platform that works for you. I'm just not a TikToker, but you can say, oh my goodness, today I had the honor and privilege of speaking at one of the civic clubs or whatever group you're in front of it. And it just blew me away how many people thanked me for, whatever. And see, that
Right.
gives you more credibility, gives you more confidence, gives you more spreadability.
Mm-hmm.
If you're in
And
business for yourself, you want spreadability. Excuse
right.
me, go ahead.
And the one thing and Facebook, you can do it there too. What I
Oh,
would
yeah.
caution against is doing it too often.
Oh, yeah.
Because I'm sure you've all seen it, somebody who's constantly on Facebook or TikTok or whatever, and they're constantly talking. I got this award. Oh my gosh, I got this award. Did you see this one? I just got this. I got 3 in one day. Folks, can you believe I got 3 in one day? I'm so dang excited and proud. At this point, all you hear is wah, 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 because they bombard it so heavy that you just gloss over it. You're like, next, next, next. Yep. So you want to make it succinct. You want to make it for a big one, not the little ones.
Yeah. And most important is, all these people start out with I. And,
right.
that turns so many people off. It's just
Best
amazing.
way to do it is say, have you heard our local school, whatever your local school is, and you go there and you talk, the local school, Jones Elementary, whatever it is. What an amazing group of children, administrators, teachers, and parents. That is a community. I was so blown away by what a family Jones Elementary was. And I actually had the privilege to be able to speak there today. Boom.
Oh, yeah.
You said everything right there. You said everything.
And Donna and I got another complimentary gift for you folks out there who are in the Complimentary-ville. Is that a word, Complimentary-ville? It is now.
Yeah.
But you take the 6-minute webinar and just look at any type of speaker. Most speakers will come on. I'm a speaker. I'm a coach. I'm a trainer. I'm a blah, 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 blah.
I'm a.
Yeah, they're an Imaville, and you're out there in reality. And the 6-minute webinar, Donna and I, we can help you with that. Get your presentation prepared. And point being is that when we spoke at the summit over in India with the King of Oman there, I got introduced, and I did not say, I'm Jim Grant, I'm this, I'm that, I'm other, blah, 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 because it's all about me. I wanted to reach out and grab their attention.
Right.
And I never forget what I said, because I was going to speak about getting the community involved and, from the energy point. And I had started out and says, ladies and gentlemen, during my presentation today, I'm going to share with you 3 proven ways that you can get your community involved to make your community a better place to live. And in that opening statement, I've reached out to the people that's watching me online. We were all over the world, Donna.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. King of Oman there. I mean, when a king of a country like Oman is there, I mean, there's going to be I don't know how many people were there watching, but it's not about you. It's about how can you engage the audience.
Right.
How many people would love
the host?
Yes. And how many people would love to make their community a better place to live?
Right.
And I'm going to share with them 3 proven ways they can do it.
Right.
Well, what do you think their response would be? A lot of people, not all of them, but a lot of them. I'm going to listen to this guy.
Yeah, I want to hear more.
Yeah. And see, that's the same thing you need to do when you get ready to share information. Where you're speaking at a small school, anything in the civic arena, just,
Well, and I would like to add too that the 6-minute webinar teaches you how to get people's attention, but how to do it quickly and without a lot of fluff. Okay. Because that's one of the problems that as speakers, Jim and I both heard people just drone on.
Oh, yeah.
So, if you have 15 minutes to talk, but you have to add fluff in there, then honestly, you need to redo your speech.
Yes. please redo your speech.
Right?
Because,
And
yeah.
don't use a lot of and. We both hear this with speakers.
Mhm.
Well, I knew, and because you have to get your speech down right. And as a small business owner, folks, it's the same principle.
Oh,
When you're
yeah.
talking to a client, when you're talking to a marketing partner, you have to be able to talk and talk well.
Amen. Because we've all clicked on, a video, and the person goes on for 20 minutes about the problem. And I understand what the problem was. If I didn't have the problem, I wasn't interested in the problem. I wouldn't be here in
But
the
there was
first
no
place.
solution,
Yeah, exactly.
right?
And this one guy, I never will forget, and I know we're running short on time, but he was going on and on with this. He found this product, okay? And I was wanting to find out the details about the product. He goes through this big, long, ridiculous thing. I mean, I'm not making this up. He flies into some, some country. He travels by, he goes from a vehicle to the back of a horse, I think, and a canoe. It was a canoe, and then he gets up and had the trek. I don't know how many miles. And anyway, he sits down with the tribal chief, and the tribal chief put a necklace around him, which means he's part of the family. So now he's entrusted with this wonderful product that's going to change the world. Then he actually said, when I got on the airplane to fly back, the stewardess says, wow, you look so amazing. These people have never seen him before in their life. How would they know if he looked amazing? I'm going like, come on. And I'm on the red X now. Are you sure you want to leave? Yes, I am. You've abused my time. You've disrespected me.
Right.
And I'm like Shania Twain. I'm out of here,
Right. Right.
Really. It's rude and it's disrespectful. The 6-minute webinar eliminates it. Go ahead.
It does. So if you need help, please email us. It is our gift to you.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, because we want to give you as much complimentary gifts as we can. And
we want you to succeed in your small business.
Yes.
Bottom line, folks. We want you to succeed. And we have some tools and some tricks. And we certainly know some people who have been gracious and gifted a lot of things that we can gift out to you.
Yes. Yes. Because those are the kind of people that we like to be associated with. And we want to be able to share our blessings with you. And, the free complimentary gifts we got, please, let us know. We'd be glad to get it to you, because it enables us to be a blessing to you, which we're all going to be blessed. It's a win-win-win situation. And if you don't ask, then we can't bless you and you can't bless others. And it just kills the energy right there. It just slams the door.
And understand this is just a gift. There's no anything else.
Oh,
There's no strings attached with Jim or I.
Mm-mm.
It is simply our gift to you, because that's just who we are.
Yeah, we're not going to flood your inbox trying to sell you, the fountain of youth.
Right.
I'm going to keep that. I'm going to keep that for myself, because I'm afraid I might use it all
you're
up.
being stingy, Jim. Dadgum.
Well, look what I got to work with. There's a limited supply. No, but I mean, we're not going to jam up your inbox and try to sell you other things. It's just, it's not that we're not wired like that.
Nope. Well, Jim, I hate to say it, but you know what time it is?
Oh, it's crying time again. We got to quit broadcasting.
It is. We are at the end of our show, folks. And we'll be back tomorrow, same time, same channel. But again, thank you. If you have a small business, our sole hope is that we've reached one person that we could bless and help.
Amen. Amen. Well, ladies and gentlemen, our time is gone. I've been horsing around Donna like I was wiping my eyes, but we have humor here too. And make sure you put some good humor in your life, because it's important for you, your health, your happiness, your everything. And remember to love yourself first, then you can love others. And Donna, thank you so much again for a wonderful show. Plumb proud to be here with you, girl. Plumb proud.
That goes right back at you, Jim.
Thank you. Be sure and tell Edgy I said hello. Hope he enjoyed that chili I saw him woofing down the other day.
Yeah, he loves that chili. He said one of the biggest blessings is that he married a woman who could cook.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. But we'll see you tomorrow, folks. Have a
All
wonderful
right.
evening.
Have a
Bye-bye.
wonderful evening. Bye bye.